Keep on this time. Heavy is the head. I see the boat throwing. I'm too full with it. I gotta keep going. Kobe with the wins. You niggas just Ginobili. You winning only cause of me. Let's keep the ball rolling. No disrespect, Slim. Where is your check, Slim? Welcome back to another episode of the You Weren't There podcast. I'm, of course, your host, Mia Was Here. We got our co-host back this week. Shout out to Chaz DL. Introduce yourself, brother.
What's going on, family? Welcome back. I'm glad to be back. Got two special guests here with us. And listen, I'm ready to get straight into it. So let's do that. Let's get it in.
Amen. So we're going to introduce our guests today, two brothers that I'm excited to have on here. One in particular I just hung out with last weekend at Nature Boy and Friends. But we're excited to have these brothers on here today. We'll let them introduce themselves and then we're going to get started. Okay.
What's good, y'all? 95 Kai on YouTube. I make hip-hop content. I just be recording on the scene. 90, you spell out 90, the number 5, KAI, on all platforms. Yeah.
Dino?
What's good, y'all? If you don't know, now you know. My name is Dino Appuccino. My hype man. I do music, personal trainer, power washer. You know, I support everybody in the DMV worldwide, and we here right now.
For sure. And we're excited to have him. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's get into your journeys, right? So Kai, you've been in the game for a long time. Clothing lines, like the whole shebang. Where did it start? How did you get here?
So I've been in the music for since I was a little kid. I never rapped. I never sang. I never danced. Don't make no beats. I just love music. So I started going to shows in Baltimore. My first concert was Ab Soul, Schoolboy Q in high school and 18 years old.
It's a hell of a first show.
Yeah, right. So I just love music. I went to the military at 19 and then I was away. I was in Japan for 2 years, but I was in the party vibe, going out to clubs, stuff like that. It really wasn't hip hop. But I would say once I got back to Baltimore, when COVID just finished, when people started throwing shows, that's when I started actually picking up my phone, because I do everything straight off my phone. I just bought a 360 camera a month ago.
Wow.
Bought all my videos on YouTube straight off the phone. I started going to events, recording everything on my phone, put it on YouTube. And then that's really how I started back in 2020. That's when I started putting my first video on YouTube for real.
What is it about the process of creating content that keeps you going? Because I find that shit to be really hard, right. Honestly. And especially being consistent, you really need to be doing right. 3 to 5 a day. You gotta do that every single day. What's your process for the idea of creation, actually putting things out, and then where's your level of consistency? Because I suck, so I'm always looking for advice.
I feel with me, I listen to music every single day, so it's just exciting to me to go to a new event, record the whole situation straight off my phone. That's what my brain come from, capture culture. So it's just me capturing the whole culture. Everybody, they do all types of things in life, but we all coming together for one reason, and that's music. And I feel it's just dope. I'm just capturing that whole moment of that one event for real.
Okay. How often would you say you go out to capture content?
I feel I'm really into hip hop, so it really gotta be something good for me that I'm interested in.
Define good.
Because there's a lot of events.
What does that mean?
I feel the vibe just gotta be natural. People just be throwing events just to have events. And I don't just go to every single event. It just gotta be an event that I would see. Because back in COVID, I would just sit and watch YouTube, and I would watch a lot of hip hop shows. So I would just think like, what would somebody want to sit back and actually watch? Then instead of like a show that was just thrown together.
Right. For sure.
So I don't know. I just go off the vibe, people I know, or people that I actually listen to. Cause I be up in New York too. I went to shout out 1,000 Words. He be having hip hop events out in New York, like Bronx, Brooklyn. I go to those events. He had Stove God Cooks, S.E. Knack, all type of events.
Love a Griselda
So
moment.
would you consider yourself a journalist?
Kind of, sort of. I'm just like, just capturing the moment right now because I feel like in the DMV we don't really got that. Like I'll sit back and watch YouTube videos on my TV, but it'd be like New York or like something that happened in California, but we don't got that in the DMV. So that's why I thought like I need to start doing that because I felt like it was getting to me that I wanted to find my lane in the music thing because I don't rap, I don't sing, none of that, but I got a passion for it. So I found my lane and I was like, this is something that I gotta do.
Okay.
You feel me?
Which I think is like really like the model for how like culture is being pushed forward, right? It's like, nah, I don't do these things over here, but there's like actually a lane for everybody at this point. And I think creating content specific to our area is vital. It's important. You know what I'm saying? Like we do a weekly show, but there are things that we miss like throughout the week that we can't cover or it's too late to do it by the time we get to it. I think like somebody creating like daily hip hop content is important. And also like there's a side of a story that needs to be told. And I feel like we're in the most honest era ever as far as like content creation. The big story of the moment is what? Diddy and 50 in this documentary, right? We can't. You ain't watch it yet?
I've been watching like all the highlights and stuff.
But you haven't seen the actual documentary yet. All right, well, I saw it. All right. So we getting into this motherfucker right here. We got to, baby. Like for the culture, we gotta get into it. First of all, Kai, you haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna give you a couple of spoilers. I apologize in advance, but I'm gonna let you talk as much as you want to after I do that. Is that cool? All right, bet. So first thing, before I get into the spoilers and give an overview of it, what did you think?
I feel like it's just crazy. He basically shot himself in the foot and recorded his whole, like, you feel me? He did it to himself.
Literally. I think, like, how this documentary even came to be is kind of crazy, right? The story is that the reason that 50 Cent was able to get the footage is because the videographers that Diddy had following him around, he didn't pay them. So if you don't pay for the footage, then any contractual obligation you have becomes null and void, right? That's what payment does. It like guarantees a contract. Lack of payment nullifies. So he ain't paid them niggas. And so they sold the footage to 50 and it's bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like it's a bad look. And I didn't really think the footage from Diddy was the worst thing in the world as far as like the real-time footage there. I thought it was interesting to see like, oh, okay, like he had a playbook for this whole thing. And then watching it play out in real time was like, damn, like he set this whole, like he knew, like beginning to end, it was crazy how good he was at it, right? But I ain't gonna lie, the bombshell for me was finding out he made Biggie pay for his own funeral. If what Kurt is saying is true. And Big and Puff decided to do this huge production, which makes total sense for Biggie's passing, and then it came out of like his royalties. So if that's true, man, like
it's crazy.
And the thing is, like, say what you will.
Next day started.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. Like, say what you will about this man. Like, he looking like he gonna be home in about 4 years too. So it's a lot of people.
They said that he might be home for the holidays. That's what it sounds like.
I mean, them kids be them. Let me tell you something. As somebody who watched the whole documentary, his kids is fucking liars. But like at the end of the day, like he coming home. So like. I'm noticing people being careful, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it was wild. If it's true, it's crazy.
That's the thing. If it's true, you don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know.
Because you could say like, no. If anybody would have like kind of insight into it, it would be Kurt Burrows. He was the co-founder of Bad Boy, featured in that documentary. He talked for a lot of it. He was an ever presence in it. And I mean, it's, if anybody would know, it would be him. But you could always say, and it could be true, that like a person is bitter and a person is angry and a person feels as though, you know, they have not gotten their just due, and this is the moment to take advantage of a person's, you know, faults and losses and hurts and vulnerability, really, more than anything. And like, he could be lying.
I mean, it was a well put together documentary, though.
Yeah, I feel like as documentaries go, it was extremely well composed. But as far as content, what do you think, Chaz?
I mean, I'll say, all right, it's necessary, but I don't want to. Don't stop with just him, basically.
Yeah.
Right. Because through the process, you just see traumatized little boy growing to a, you know, man, one who got groomed, right? So, all right, cool. He's just a bad person. I get it. Right? You know what I'm saying? His karma's coming to him, however it comes to him. But now start going into who groomed him. We never told those stories.
Because that didn't come out of nowhere.
At
all.
I
think that's the point a lot of people are making with Diddy. Like, I feel like a lot of the argument, people feel very strongly one way or the other, right? Either they are disgusted and hurt by a leader in our community being this kind of person, and their only goal is to vilify him, and we hate him now. He embarrassed us. He should have never done this, whatever. But the other side of that is people who team Diddy, and people who feel like, nah, like this is like, was this how y'all was doing for all the other people in the industry who don't look like him, who was doing all this? He learned this from somewhere. It didn't come out of nowhere. It would be impossible for this kind of behavior to come out of nowhere. So I taught him. Who jumping on them people? And I feel that argument too.
I'm not like the team Diddy. I'm not like the you know, for what he did, he should be in jail for what he did. But yesterday, I'm not gonna hold you. It was like 2 a.m. and I was on Spotify, and one of his songs came to play, and it was the one with Faith Evans and them. And I was like, bro, this is a masterpiece.
Missing You?
Yeah. And then another one came.
Thanks, Sting and the Police for that.
And then another one came, and then with 112. And I'm just like, bro, this man has been really. I remember, and all I can remember was when I was a kid, where I was at playing these songs, and I was just like, damn, it sucks how, like, everything's just turning out right now. And all I can personally think about is the music at the moment.
Right.
And I'm asking myself, am I comfortable, like, playing this around people, or am I like, are people gonna be comfortable still hearing this in the clubs and stuff like this? Because but when I'm hearing the music, I'm not thinking about what Diddy did. I'm thinking about, when I heard Missing You, I'm thinking about the people that I miss. And I played through the whole damn song. I'm just like, damn, I really miss people, but I feel like I can't even play this song around the people that are still around.
Nah,
it's the people that were
tough.
That's how they did all ours. But again, that's how it's planned from the beginning to the end. Right, I'm gonna build you up and break you down. So we do that to all our people. We, you know, in our Kellys of the world. People didn't watch Bill Cosby no more, and
it's still hard. It's still hard to find a Cosby Show in syndication now.
Right, so we don't separate
not hard to find kills.
The talent from the person's sins, because everybody's sin, right? It's just the ones that's listening to it, y'all stuff ain't revealed.
Right.
So, but why we separate the person from the talent, because he had an ear for music, you know what I'm saying? But again, they know how to take our talent, exploit it, build us up, break us down. And he was, like I said, he was groomed, right? So it didn't come from nowhere. And I mean, listen, in this industry, a lot of the stuff that I saw on there, really, I'm not surprised. I mean, I've been in the industry. I know
it wasn't nothing in it that I felt like, with the exception of Biggie's funeral, I think that stays with me because it was the only piece of like really new information.
Yeah, that was the only thing.
But other than that, I feel like everything I saw in that documentary was something that there was a rumor about for years. Like, none of it was new for real. It was like, now there are witnesses to these rumors that we've heard. There are people who were actually there, allegedly, participating in this, but none of that was new information, with the exception of making Biggie pay for that funeral. That was like the rumors about Pac and him not paying people, and there's no guesswork in his desire to keep youth around him, because you have to look at the age of the women that he dates. there's a very consistent pattern that like at a certain age he starts moving in somebody who's a little younger, and the gap is about the same. Like it's always about 20 to 30 years younger. I mean, that's he's not the only powerful man that do that. They all do that. We ain't gonna talk about Diddy having girlfriends that's 19 when that's all of Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriends, and he's still winning Oscars. So like I feel what people are saying as far as like keep the criticism equal. I ain't a fan of none of this. We all know that. I'm a woman sitting here telling you like, no. Cassie was victimized. I heard all that shit y'all talked about her, but like Cassie was victimized for sure. But there is a difference in the way they treating them versus how they treating us and handling this. But honestly, like, do you think that if a regular nigga who didn't have $1 billion had gotten into this, you think he would have got 50 months? There is special treatment taking place, is there not? Is any other, you're talking about RICO and trafficking charges. These are kingpin charges if you talking about dope.
Yeah. So they give you those charges, but it's nothing in court that actually shows.
There's no proof.
None of that. But they can't with him because he holds too many secrets.
Right.
So it's like if I go down, y'all know y'all going down too. So
buddy.
We'll spank you to a degree. Pause.
50 months is a lot for any person, but when you talking about kingpin charges, like that's what RICO, trafficking, racketeering, that's what we're talking about. He's exchanging sex for dope. That's the only difference. These are big charges. He caught kingpin charges. You're supposed to do life. I mean, he got like 50 months, baby, and might be home. 2026, like
they didn't do what they normally do with kingpin charges. You don't even bring an organization in. This is one man on the.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like 50 Cent really left out a lot of the prosecutorial mistakes in his documentary. None of those things were talked about. But I think the reality is that they saw a big fish, some overpaid, overblown nigga with too much money and too much power and too much arrogance. He think he God. And we have an opportunity to humble him and also give him life in prison. And I think they got overly ambitious.
What's funny?
With them charges.
Just so because they know us as a culture, we're gonna eat it up.
Yeah.
So we don't read between the lines. So we're gonna give, because public, what is it? Public perception, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
How we do.
Perception.
We're gonna beat them down. That's what we do. They just know. They psychologically know how we are.
But Diddy was playing checkers based on that documentary, like because he anticipated exactly how the social media was gonna swing.
So that's why I don't even know what to believe with it. Because when I first watched it, I'm like, they probably in cahoots for real, and Diddy, because it kind of humanized him a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's what it gave off, humanized. I know people who felt bad for the man.
Yeah.
So it kind of humanized him before he
get out. You know people
who
felt bad for him?
I've seen, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I've seen people say, damn, I almost feel bad for this poor guy. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that.
They've all said it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it humanized him a little bit, having me thinking like, man, I wouldn't be surprised Diddy had the car and they really working together. And then it was just because it's all theater.
Yeah.
It's all
so theater. You think it's possible that Diddy and 50 was like, what?
Man, this
working
industry
together?
Is theater.
That's crazy. That's an insane theory that you just posed.
Because if it's for real, then everything is, y'all should, it's theater, man. Like, for real.
You think that could be fake?
Man, it's stuff.
Wow. I ain't heard that one yet.
Possible.
Man, everything.
You think that's possible too?
Anything
50 was writing Diddy raps, bro.
So you think he wrote him a documentary series instead? Let's get it.
I Get Money that came out in 2007.
Because I really think he just put his name on it for more than anything. 50 put his name on it.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you know that part, then you already know the script is in some way. You just got to know where it's at. But you already know if he just put his name on it, then who's really behind?
But if that is the case, right, and this is scripted theater, right, entirely possible in the realm of possibility. I don't know about probability, but as far as possibility, absolutely. But like all fiction is wrapped up in truth. So when you look at Kanan, right? Like, let me tell y'all something. Let me ruin this for y'all. Rock is gonna die this season. Ain't no question. You know why? Because Rock is based on 50 Cent mother, and 50 Cent mother was a queen pin who was murdered in real life. Rock's dying this year, so y'all need to get comfortable with that shit. Let me ruin this for you right now. I ain't even seen it. All right, but I'm telling you what's happening. Rock's out of here. It's not gonna be Kanan. He gonna feel bad, but it's gonna be the beginning of his arc into like, I don't care about anything.
Right.
That is how it's going to happen. You're fucking welcome. All right. I just saved you 10 episodes. You sitting around on your couch, crunchy as shit, not washing up, trying to finish the series. You're welcome. But either way, like I'm telling you, like all of this is based on something real.
Yeah.
So if they are working together,
but if you look at the documentary, half of it was stuff you already knew about.
yeah.
So we
the
already
pop rumors
half of the footage we already seen. It was
Yeah.
just some of the stuff just Diddy had.
Yeah.
That was the only new footage to this documentary is what Diddy already had, what he's been recording on.
Okay.
In some way it got leaked. Okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And so, but I'll say this is, I mean, it's necessary too for one, because everything getting exposed. And now people are starting to not look at these celebrities as them being the light or the leaders. They're not.
They not.
They never really been.
No.
They shouldn't have been.
No.
It's the ones working in the shadows like us for real, or people like, that's doing real work out here. Those are real light bearers.
Even when you look at that documentary, that really is the telltale sign of like, no, it's so many people behind these people that are really making the magic happen that you think this person is creating. This person is a spokesperson, right? They're the face. But like Drake used to say it all the time, like Drake is really like Aubrey and 40. It's a group, right? When you look at like Diddy, he was always really a group because somebody else was writing the music, somebody else was producing. He had an ear, and like they said it in the documentary, like, he wasn't playing instruments, like he wasn't like coming in here doing drum patterns. He wasn't Ryan Leslie, like, which different story. But but I'm just saying, like, if you're not gonna play instruments, you need an ear. But there's still someone else doing all of the heavy lifting. He just come through, put some glitter on it, and you love it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. That doc is wild. Like I knew a lot of that. I think a lot of people did. There were clearly, based on TikTok, there were a lot of people surprised. But I knew pretty much all of that except the funeral. The funeral was like, if this is at all true,
and that's not even surprising.
It's not, because Valletta had to take him to court to get Biggie's like royalties back. But for months, like it's all in. He made a point to feature all of those interviews. Like that's my best friend. I'm gonna make sure I take care of his people. Like he promised. And you should, like, whether I say it out loud or not, that should be anticipated.
But if you say it out loud, then I already know they ain't. Y'all, come on, y'all. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know how it is in the streets, corporate. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The loudest in the room is the weakest in the room.
Yeah, thanks.
You know what I'm saying? It's just what is it? It is what it is, man. But I mean, it was a well put documentary. But ultimately, I always ask the questions: why release it now? Why now? Things of that nature. What is getting pushed on us to look this way? It's always asked.
I will say, like, 50 got to be the most impressive entertainer ever. He had a response to that too. It was like, as far as hip hop culture goes, if I don't put this out, if someone who's a representative of us doesn't respond to this, then it makes it look like we're okay with everything that he did, if it's all true. That's not a bad answer. That's a hell of a flip.
Yeah,
that's good. I like that.
It's a hell of a flip.
They're good word. That's a good flip.
You know what I'm saying? But is no better one, because he's right. If it's all true, nigga,
but that's the whole industry. Like the pot. What is it? The saying the pot calling the kettle black. Like I get it for sure. Yes.
Lil Ross said in the documentary, there's a scene concerning a producer who did the Love album, and one of the things that he said was that Puff it's in a lawsuit that he filed as well, that Puff had showed him a video of a man penetrating another gentleman, and he said this is how you become successful in the industry. That's what he told Rod.
That's why.
There's doors.
That this is how the doors get open.
Whoa.
Which is crazy.
Yes,
That's true. Lift your shot.
Let me tell y'all something. And we tell you something. Let me ask you a question, Chase. Real question. How many men you think be willing to do that for the life of their dreams?
I know a lot.
I point to the industry, almost all of them.
Word. Dino, what's your take on that?
I know a lot.
Okay.
Nah, me.
But as a content creator, right? When you look around, you spend so much of your time in these environments with people who are hungry, who are working hard, giving it everything that they got to have everything that they've dreamed. How many of them you think would let us?
Quite a few.
That's crazy that y'all say that.
But you see it.
You see it.
And then
I ain't seen nothing.
Year after year,
I ain't seen nothing. I don't know what y'all talking about. I never seen that. I never seen a man do that.
You've seen it get exposed more and more and more from the Cat Williams when he started it.
That's true.
All these people was telling you without telling you.
Shit been crazy since Cat Williams did that interview, man. Like it's just all been downhill from there. He opened some kind of spiritual floodgate. I believe that.
But you gotta know a lot of them too. Just with him, it's a grooming that takes place, and that's why they get him young.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Sure. So they get you young, they tease you with fun, and take you from.
It would explain why the industry is so ageist in everything.
Yeah, because you get you ever seen that movie Gemini Man with Will Smith?
Yeah.
Reason why they had the awful was why he grew conscious. That was subliminal. Saying as you get older, you start put stuff in perspective, grow conscious. I gotta knock you down.
Yeah.
Same thing even with Diddy was growing conscious, no matter what, because he even said in the documentary, like I'm trying to become a better person. All the wrong I did. So really? Yeah. Boom. That's what it is.
Yeah. And also
we get you.
Yeah, we gonna get you.
There's the discussion of I think another thing they brought up in the documentary was like he was getting ready to go to court for I think like whoever did Ciroc or DeLeon, he wasn't getting his fair share. So it always seems that there are these things that occur right before.
It started 3 years ago when he was dressed as Joker, and he did it so well that they told him that I think they were going to sue him for copyright, and they told him to not post like any more content of him dressing as the Joker. And he did another video the next day. It was like, y'all think y'all can stop me? Y'all think y'all gonna stop? He was going crazy in the video, like he was the real Heath Ledger Joker. And some people in the comments were just like, if you think about this, probably how Diddy really feels like this is his real character. Because he did it so well. And then like the next couple of days, that's when they started hitting him with the lawsuit. And then Cassie came out of nowhere with all this shit. And then people were saying, oh, this is just like how they try to get what's his name?
I got another little tip. I ain't gonna say too much because of the algorithm. But another thing that really, real talk, that really messed him up too was 2020. Revolt premiered, the minister.
Too.
It's levels to this. And so when he did that, you can't do that. And now it was time to, you know what I'm saying?
But you know what I think
same thing with Dirt. It's all of them. It's the same. If man want to convert, he want to do right. Oh yeah.
All my life.
Yeah, okay.
I think what we forget though, right? What I think a lot of men who are in full support of Diddy, no matter what he did, right? These women were coming on to him. They're all gold diggers and they're liars, and there's no way any of this could be true. Right? They wanted it. That there's a very large crowd of men who think that way. Right? So to those men specifically, I think what they have forgotten in line with all of the misogyny that would make you say that there couldn't possibly be any victims. They were all begging for it. This is all their fault or whatever that is, right?
Can I say this? Everybody's a victim, yes, including concluding that. That's why I was just saying it don't stop with him. So all of them are victims.
Everybody's a victim in some way or another. But I think what that crowd of men forgets is like whether or not he was victimized and then became a victimizer, like it still happened. You have to answer for the mistakes that you make. There is no amount of power or money that hides from God. All gets revealed in the end.
Yeah.
Right? If you live in a life you can be proud of in terms of that sort of thing, then at least in that regard, that's one thing they don't got on you. You know what I'm saying? And you know that as you get closer to the sun, like these people, they don't really want you to have any of this. And they want to be able to show you, right? So you got to walk a finer line. But at what point did you forget that you're not actually God? And that there is one greater whom you serve. And that in all of that, you got to answer for shit you doing out here. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know how much of this is true. I don't know how much of it ain't. If any of it is true, God have mercy on his soul. But at the end of the day, you did something.
But that's when you,
because we saw that on that camera way before this documentary came out.
But that's when you answer. When you what you just said, you answer when you have the awakening.
Yeah.
Because God is even gonna say, all right, bet you have an awakening. Okay, you want to come to this side? I'm gonna strip you of everything because I ain't give you this. So I'm gonna strip you of everything, and then will you still face me once everything is gone, or will you go back in bed with Satan? It's simple.
Yeah, fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That was a beautiful way to wrap that up, Charles. See, this is why we needed you back, baby. We missed you, man. We missed you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, we missed you. But, Dino, we do want to get into your journey as well, right? We don't want to make you think we forgot about you, right? So, I've seen your live shows, right? Dino is, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I don't say this very often. Dino is special. Like, as far as like a performer, like, I think that there are people who create amazing music, but you put them on a stage and it's like, you know? And there are people who, like, I've heard their music, I loved it, I was excited to go to see the show, and the show kind of like ruined the record a little bit for me because it's just not really like given. But Dino is somebody who, like, his live performances, I think, will make you love him. So I really am curious about like how you got to be the way that you are, because your performances are special, very high energy. Dino went out here and got a 6-pack on them, so now he never got a shirt. I'm surprised he got a shirt on today. I thought he was gonna take this motherfucker off, but I really want to know like what makes you you. So give us your journey, brother. Let's hear it.
All right. Well, it all started. I'm gonna speed it up too. It all started 2015. Well, 2012 actually. Let's go back 2012 PG time. I was in community college. I was just a cameraman. I was infatuated. Like, when I was hearing your story, I could relate to a lot of that stuff because I was always around music growing up. I grew up listening to Michael Jackson. I come from an African background, so there was a lot of, there's always dancing and everything. So I was always in front of the TV dancing at any events. I was always that little kid dancing. I always loved to dance, always being the center of attention, but I was also shy also. So growing up, that's what I wanted to do. And then just fucking around with certain people like my neighborhood friend JD the Jr. He was the one that I used to follow him to like the clubs, studios, and he would open up for like Shy Glizzy Light Show and shit like that at SneakerCon. So I would just go to him.
Shout out to SneakerCon here this weekend.
Shout out to them. And there was one time Fat Trail, he participated as a judge at this contest. It was in New Carrollton at this
little restaurant over there.
I know. And it was him, and I think it was like Wale and some lady. So my man's wanted me to roll with him. I had the camera. I felt like if I had the camera, I had the access to get in anywhere. So that's what I wanted to do. I always wanted to just take picture of everything. So when we're there, he was like, I need you to do background vocals. He was like, I know you can sing. So there was one song that he was rapping on, I was singing. And after the song, Fat Trail was just like, look, I like the vision. And this is vision where I see we all, I'm just going to send y'all to the next round. After that, I was just like, damn, hey, bro, let's go to the studio. I want to try this out. We went to Listen Visions and did a little demo there. And then we went to Record System, did a little demo there. And I started, getting the hang of, doing music. So I recorded my first freestyle. We used to freestyle a lot. And I was just like, yeah, I think I can really do this music shit. Post something on SoundCloud, and it was Don't Play My Paper. And I don't know what came from me. Like I went to this open mic, my first open mic ever out of Baltimore. It was called Love and Hip Hop. I got on stage and I told myself, I said, I just need to feel comfortable with myself, and just like I had so much energy. So I just started doing weird shit. People was laughing at me. Like, niggas was real life laughing at me, and they were just like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? Like, he just dancing around and he just keeps spinning. He just keeps spinning around and shit. But I was just like, I don't care. I'm just going to come the next day. So I just kept coming every Tuesday to the point that I just got comfortable with the people. I known the same people that was coming there. They see me to the point that they started getting on stage dancing with me. So, and then one guy was just like, "Hey, you be moving like Michael Jackson." I was like, "I do." So I just, it was just something that I felt like I had so much energy on stage. I was able to have crowd control. You know, the energy was outmatched. I liked, and when other people got on stage, I always like being the hype man. That's why I said I'm a hype man for anything. For anything, like I like to support and help other people get their shit out there. And I can see it from behind. Like when someone is on stage and like you said, like they might have good music, but their stage presence is not that good. And I can see the crowd, they're just like, man, this shit dry. So I feel like, let me help that person out. Put your hands up. So it's just like, I always feel like there's always something that you can do to help that guy out or help that girl out, or whoever, so I just kept doing that. And fast forward to the pandemic. When the pandemic happened, everybody was locked down. I came up with this idea, and let me start, playing people's music on Instagram Live. Because I felt like, the radio station wasn't really like, really focused on trying to help bring out more of these local DMV artists out here. Like there's a lot of talent out here, and y'all keep on playing this bullshit.
The worst thing Instagram did was take off Instagram Live if you like don't have like a certain amount of followers, or unless your page is public. Like I'm like, nah, that's where a lot of shit got popping. Like y'all are favoring these other content creators who are getting stale and like trying to make sure that they have a constant push, because you're getting a lot of ad money to push those people. But like, it's why you're missing the mark, because it's those kinds of ideas that really like kind of sparked a new wave, like on social media, something new, something interesting. And they like almost like cut ways out to be able to do that, which is crazy. But
so I just like that. And 4 years ago, I just told myself, I was like, bro, I'm tired of performing and dancing, and I be sweating so much. Like I was like, I don't like this. And I kept changing my clothes. I'm like, man, I don't like doing that. I said, what if I just start working out so I can just look good while I sweat?
Right.
And there
it was a wrap.
He never put his shirt back on.
Nature had this one show at Soundstage, and I think it was one of his big shows after the pandemic was done. And I was just like, yeah, today is the day I'm taking off my shirt on stage. I was like, I'm doing it. I don't care. And I didn't stop doing that till now. It's just, and then
it's only because it got cold outside.
Yeah, it was an image thing, and I felt like your image is very important when it comes to this music, this music stuff. And then I also started training my friends too, because they seen like they had to get themselves in the gym. Health is wealth, and I feel like that's that's also something that's important for your for your mental, going through this shit, because it helped. It was very therapeutic for me, doing this thing. It wasn't just me just saying, oh, I want to look good. I wanted to feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like it changed my surroundings. It gave me a responsibility for my own life. You know what I'm saying? You only get one life. So as now, like I feel healthy when I'm on stage. I have no more breath control, and I try to help people with choreography too. You know what I'm saying? So it just it's very beneficial. And I encourage everybody to to improve on their lifestyle of health.
I love that.
That's what's up.
And I think like the interesting thing about you, Dino, is like you a rapper, you're an artist, but also like a content creator, right? Just an interesting person. And I'm always curious, like, and Kyle, with you being a content creator, I'm always curious about like where the line gets drawn, right? In my mind, I feel like there's room for everybody. So rappers or singers being content creators, like I think it's interesting, right? It's hard to, I think, move further in your career if you don't let people into your life. So it's just like necessary now. But also I feel like when you the artist and you creating your own content, like it gets like stale. So I think like you need outside perspective. Like you need content creators who like are not in your shoes and can give like a more well-rounded perspective to balance all of it. So I'm always curious about like how y'all see that, right? As a content creator, as an artist and a content creator, like where do the lines get drawn? Like why is it better sometimes to have like an outside person kind of help you?
I mean, I feel like with me, it's different with me because I try to put everybody on my channel. So whenever I post a video, it's going to be a completely different event. It could be in Baltimore, it could be in DC, it could be wherever, but it's like it's just going to be a different vibe every time. So when you watch like a content creator like me, because I don't even be in my videos, like none of my videos I'm in is always about the artist, it's always about the music because I'm capturing the culture.
Right.
So it's just a different vibe. Like for them, I guess when you're talking about content, like it's just gonna be them on their video, if you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
As far if you're talking about like a content perspective, how you were saying if it can get stale. But like with me, I feel like it's cool to have like somebody that do content on your side for real that help you out with like different visions because you always on the move for real. You feel what I'm saying?
That makes sense. What you thinking, Dina?
I think the same way of what he just said. Like I do feel like you always need somebody around you, you know, almost 24/7 because you know, things change in the areas that you go, and I feel like you know, even though you have a vision yourself, there's there can always be an idea from someone else, that has a vision that you probably don't really see it,
right?
You know, and due to his experience, I feel like someone like me, I may have a vision, but he may see something that that he has to let me know that So I would probably need someone like him.
That makes total sense.
I feel like everybody need a team for real.
Yeah, you need a team
no matter what. Like even like some of my videos, like I went to when Nature Boy had Stove God Cooks in Baltimore. That was like my first open gym event ever, and I recorded that. Well, I didn't even record that video. I just put it on my channel. My man who was with me, he recorded it for me. So I feel like I just had him there because I wanted to like actually vibe. You feel me? So I had him record my video. But like I said, you always need a team because a lot of the stuff out here, I feel like it's just so much stuff out here, and everybody can get a piece of whatever pie. You feel what I'm saying?
So are you building a team now for yourself? Like, what's your vision with how you moving?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I do a couple things. I got my clothing brand. I do catering. 95 East is a catering brand. The clothing brand, Capture Culture Clothing, and I'm also executive producing the album. It's going to be next year because I was in the military. So I'm executive producing the album called Culture Comrades. And there's going to be basically everybody that I met throughout the time of me recording, build with, or whatever, they my comrades. Down to the producer, down to the person that did the art for the cover, they all my comrades. And some of them were in the military too. You feel what I'm saying? So as far as building a team, obviously I got my team with my catering, my business partner. Shout out Daniel, you feel me? And then my
Daniel's here, guys. That's why I said it like that. I know it got weird for a second. Let me remind him.
And then my clothing brand, you feel me? You definitely gonna need like models and stuff like that. And then I do my own content. I like to do my own content. I don't hit nobody up. I might hit somebody up for like some pictures, but when it comes to videos, I try to make that all through me. And then just
you got great content, bro.
Just more people, because I also manage too. I manage 2 artists, Lou Boogie and D Skills.
Okay.
They in the group called DBL.
Okay.
Shout out Down by Law. They going up for Group of the Year at the Crown Awards.
Okay.
DBL, I'm gonna check y'all out, man. I'm gonna check y'all out.
All right, that's beautiful.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I can't do all that by myself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But it's Dolo out here. You got that's the vision that
Right.
I got.
Right.
You feel me? I'm
Okay.
trying to turn that catering business into a restaurant. Trying to turn my clothing brand, have a warehouse full of, shirts, hats.
Mhm.
You feel what I'm
Say
saying?
less.
Yes, sir.
No
gonna
facts.
talk.
No,
Talk about
facts.
Working across. That's always the goal
When
here.
it comes
You
to
know what I'm
merch,
saying?
like I got my man's merch on. So when you
Yeah,
see that,
shout out McGivery.
yeah, shout out my man Troy, man.
Shout out
That's my best
McGivery.
friend
We
out there,
love
man.
it. We love
For real.
McGivery. Troy
Rocking this shit.
is a good man, and the clothing line is dope. So
Most
we love
definitely.
McGivery here. We getting them as a vendor for something we got coming up. We'll announce that formally later this week. But we got something coming for y'all. We heard the streets talking, like we heard them other podcasts talking too, and we ain't having it. So we got something coming up. But everybody needs vision. I think like that's a good point that Chaz mentioned. Like everybody needs vision, and we have one for You Weren't There also, right? So we got the opportunity to go to Nature Boy and Friends in Brooklyn last week. We ran into Dino up there. We got to interview some incredible artists, a lot of which will be coming on the show. One of those artists, Us Over Them, is at Art Basel right now, doing a couple shows down there. So we also ran into Jade, who's one of Nature Boy's proteges, who was fantastic, plays keys.
Sure, shout out Jay, man.
Funky Nomads, we ran into them. OGs in the game, play their own instruments. They did a performance, and we've been getting a lot of love from the shorts online because of them this week. So I think like that was our first time going out and doing like the artist in-person interviews, and it was fun. Like honestly, it was just fun. And I think it's a good opportunity and a good way to kind of get to know what the system looks like now, right? Like I haven't been an artist in a long time, and sometimes it's hard to keep up with things because the reality with social media is that what you see on your timeline is a very, very small fraction of what's actually out there. So no matter how many times you like go to a person's page and like a picture, that's just not always what comes up in your feed. So there's a lot of new music, a lot of new content, a lot of new opportunity that you don't see or that you're not connected to because social media is not built for you to connect. That's why they selling ads. So when you sell ads, that's your opportunity at a bigger audience. If you're the audience, then they segregate what you're going to see so that those ads that get paid for now have value. If they gave you access to everything immediately, then the ads that they sell you wouldn't be valuable because at some point you're going to come across this anyway. Right. But you have to be huge. You have to be a Cardi or Stefan or Diddy or 50 for all of your content to kind of hit everywhere because you're just naturally like kind of the conversation. But to be part of the conversation as somebody on the smaller end, you need to go outside. That's the point I'm making in all of this. So I think getting an opportunity for us to go outside, for us to network with Nature Boy and Friends, for me to get a chance to really see some incredible new artists. My favorite song in the moment is by Us Over Them, Off the Moon. So, I mean, I love that record. I've been playing it all week. You're talking about some young guys who I had never heard of before, but got 700,000 streams regardless. Just celebrated that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like you have these pockets of people who are having success, who are doing shows at Art Basel. They toured in Tokyo last year too. So you have these artists who are having success in their own little pockets of the world because they putting forth effort. And you ain't never even heard of them.
Right.
So you need to go outside. You need to experience people in real life. And also, it's a lot of y'all, like, I'm noticing it with this Diddy conversation. A lot of y'all have forgotten, like, how to interact with other human beings. Like, you can talk to people and disagree with people without it turning into a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to, like, being able to converse with other human beings. Like, but some of y'all have, like, lost your way.
People stressed out, man.
I don't give a damn about none of that because I'm telling you, don't let this podcast fool you. I will cuss you out. Like, I'm not one of them. I'm really not. So, like I'm not a person, like, watch what you say. Like, we can talk and disagree without you, like, turning into a misogynist. Just like we can talk and disagree without me turning into a man hater. You ain't see me up here beating Diddy down, and I could have. But I don't see me up here doing that because I don't have to.
Because you ain't stressed out.
I'm not stressed out. That's right. I'm getting money. Y'all, a lot Like y'all broke as hell. Like it's Christmas, you stressed, you got buy them kids gifts, you got 3-4 of them, 3-4 baby brothers, and now she's trying to tell you to call for child support if you don't buy the PlayStation. I know it's hard out here for some of y'all. I am stress free. So no, I'm not going back and forth about none of this Diddy stuff. I don't even know how much of it's true. So I'm certainly not finna argue with niggas. I don't know what's happening. All right, it's getting wild out here. But you not finna stress me because you stressed.
Nah, that's a fact.
All right, you should have started saving for them kids' gifts earlier. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
But don't be coming on the internet cussing at everybody, getting all mad at everybody because you stressed out because you got about 3 PlayStations this year. That's not my fault. And don't be criticizing me because I ain't doing that. I could very easily. Chaz know that's why he's shaking his head like that. He know where this could have went. If you seen previous shows, you know where this could have went.
Yeah,
but I don't care. I can't let 50 Cent ain't finna stress me out. Let me tell you something. Power has started off phenomenally. I don't know if y'all watch Force, but let me tell you, he came back with a vengeance, baby. I am stress free. All my shows is fantastic. I got heat in the crib.
My wife loves Force too.
You don't like Force?
I mean, it's cool, it's watchable, but hey, man, it's
watchable.
This man ain't coming from no damn New York to Chicago and taking over just like that. First of all, he looked like a Fed. Ain't no way, but I digress though, man.
Tommy, cool. He got a Fed. Look, he don't act like a Fed.
It's cool. You know what I'm saying? The one that's the snitch on the show looked more like he could blend in. This man talks.
It's the way he talk. Is you talking about Vic? First of all, he talking about Vic Flynn. All right, that's what we talking about. Vic do look more of the part a little bit, but as soon as he open his mouth, you know he a square ass nigga. So it don't work.
And bullied all these men in Chicago, really?
He'll ruthless. Listen, man, Tommy cut a cocktail ball's head off and then brought it in with the whole gang. He a different type. Tommy a different type. I hear what you're saying, though. I do. Let me tell you something. This is fiction. I ain't never sold a drug in my life. I have a master's degree in accounting. That's my actual life, ladies and gentlemen. I've never sold a drug or popped a pill. I know coke is the new weed for y'all, but not for me. Okay, so I don't know about none of that type of life.
I digress.
I love watching a show about a drug dealer go nuts. I love it. I don't have any experience in this. And also, I'm not worried about nobody actually like messing up my life off none of this. So I think it's fantastic. Yeah, my favorite thing is to watch drug dealers ball on TV.
Too sure.
I'm really glad they're coming back with Origins because I want to see it. I do. But I hear you. Tommy do look like a Fed. But it's like the moment he opened his mouth, I believe this nigga. Like, Joseph Sikora is a great actor. I really feel like it's some good writing going on. I really like... That's what I like about his show. Like, it's some good writing and some good acting going on. That's it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't think this nigga would come in and take over Chicago. But also, he has a very black crew of large men helping him in CBI.
Goodness gracious, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
This look bad out here. You know what I'm saying?
Why? Because they let Tommy take over?
Man, I'm just saying, like, give us a strong character for us. You know what I'm saying?
They should. They gotta bring Ghost back. Problem. They won't bring Ghost back. Omar was out here talking shit, and now he done messed up his future. That's what happened. He should have shut up. We would have had Ghost back by now. He would have been narrating Origins, which would make the most sense. He would have been in at least the last season of the Tariq show. A nigga running his mouth in real life really messed his career. And he's been in a couple little things. We love Omari Hardwick, but you can't name none of them though.
It was a
name.
Damn.
Yeah, what's the name, Chaz? Name an Omari Hardwick thing since Power. Let's go.
It was a scary movie, Joe. He was in
what was it called?
I can't remember.
Exactly. You don't know the name. I know exactly what you're talking about. It had to do with some voodoo type stuff. It was the nigga got in a plane crash. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't know the name of it either. And neither do you. And that's the goddamn point that I'm making. Y'all can't name a single Omari Hardwick production since Power. And see, that's where he messed up.
Damn, I don't know the name.
That's his blessing and his curse. See, you don't know the name. That's Omari's blessing and curse.
I just don't know the name.
Exactly. You don't know the name.
And I know one that got other people in it.
What's Ghost's last name from the show? You don't remember his last name?
Wait, who?
What was Ghost's real last name in Power?
Wasn't it like
St.
Patrick?
Exactly. See how you remember that from 5 years ago, but you don't know nothing more recent as far as this nigga's titles? That is my point.
Because he's in the comedy drama movie.
What's it called?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
And I just
You
watched it
can't
a couple
Google
days ago.
that Omari Hardwick joint. I mean, you could, but nobody has to worry about Googling the stuff that happened in Power. They know who Ghost
You
is.
just advocated for artists that we don't know about who popping in their own little pockets. And then, listen.
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is this, though. Omari did that to himself. His blessing and curse was that he carried that franchise. So as a person who carried that franchise, I think he got a little, he got a little big for his britches.
Let me know, man, what's going on.
He got a little big for his britches, though. And 50 a petty dude, as we've seen. So you gotta kind of like, you gotta know what fights to pick, right? Like, I feel like the situation between Diddy and 50 is crazy because there's so many people who would never pick a fight with Puff, right? But there are people who might pick a fight with Puff who won't pick a fight with 50 Cent.
Full. Nobody.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my gosh.
Nobody.
Yeah, good job. Yes. Nobody's full. Yeah.
Tiffany had it.
Yeah,
That was
good job.
Now that movie was funny though. That movie was funny as hell. Hey, the brown skinned girl, I forget her name. I know she married to a white man in real life.
Man was on Gridiron Gang. Stop playing with me. He said.
Funny how you couldn't think of that when I pressed you though.
I was gonna say the one with the Rock, but you would have said Rock been in so many movies.
Yeah. The point is that you didn't know the name. Is the point that I'm making, and also that was well prior to Power.
Mm-hmm.
So not what I was talking about.
Damn, this man been in a lot of shit.
He been in a lot of movies. Omari Hardwick has been in a ton of projects since Power ended. I mean, a ton of projects.
Even before.
He was in this movie. I can't remember what it was, but it's part of the Army of the Dead series on Netflix. I can't remember, but they broke into a bank and the zombies and he was very good in it. The movie was very interesting, but you don't know the name of it. That's my point. Like,
he was on Justice League.
He was in Justice League?
Zack Snyder version. I think he was playing as
That's type crazy. All right. Either way, point being, like, you can't recall a whole lot of the projects, and the reason for that is because he got a little, you know what I'm saying? He got a little wild. All right, Dino, we get it. Like, what you got, ADHD? Put the phone down, brother. Goddamn, like, what's up with him? Like, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna let him do it on his own, ladies and gentlemen, but the nigga wasn't reining it in, and we had to say something about it. Believe me.
You're talking to an autistic ADHD.
I figured so. And it's all love. That's why we got rained in.
What does that really mean, though?
The autistic or the ADHD?
I mean,
yeah, I can explain the ADHD because I
when it comes to music, you focus, right?
Yeah, and I take medication for it, but it's hard.
So you take before you make music, you take
hyper focus can turn into fixation.
Okay.
Like even me sitting here right now, I had to take my pills.
Yeah, I peeped that. I peeped the fixation just now. Like he started looking for something on his phone, and now like he can't stop. Like. I got ADHD though, so.
But if I don't get my phone, I'm just gonna be like this. I'm gonna be like.
Okay.
Yeah, like ADHD, like you have trouble concentrating.
All right. Move on.
It's one of the things. Point being though, Omari messed up everything. I love him though. He a fire dude. He had a great career. Like, but I think.
But that's what you have to do when you're not going through them doors.
That was a great way to like bring that back. Yeah. That was fantastic.
I'm just saying.
That was the best. Yeah, if Omari had, things might be different. But 50 is not the kind of person he would have been able to go through the door in that way with. So you gotta get through that door with respect and respect alone.
Oh, say that again.
50 is not the kind of person that Omari would have been able to get through the door with in that way. So because 50, you don't think, wow.
I digress, man.
Well, all right.
Come on.
Tenderism. I'm about to walk away. Like that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. You saying that about him? Like
I'm just saying. Hey, listen. Somebody's vying for the next spot that Diddy once had. Right. This is we talking about Chess. No, I'm talking about in that round. He's the young one. But in the gatekeeper in that round, this is 5D.
Yeah, but Kai ain't coming out. He ain't doing no TV show.
5D chess, man. On the first level with chess, Diddy was your king.
I was just playing.
On your second level with chess, he was your bishop. As you get up to your fifth level, Diddy's just a pawn. So when I move him up top as a pawn, pieces move below. Right. So at the first level now, who's vying for that king spot on the first level with chess?
Man, it's 50. I mean, you got a hell of a head start. Like
even Nas, and I love Nas. It don't, we will yet to be seen, but somebody's going to be the it guy. All right,
And you think it's strings that come with that?
You got Jay-Z.
Mia, well, it's card for the show. Mia, yes, yeah, for sure.
Why?
Why? Because the money, the face on the dollar bill, right? We own this. We own this infrastructure. I'm gonna give you this, and yes, it got to come with strings because it's things I need you to do for this. We're not gonna get this type of blessing, quote unquote, with nothing attached to it. Even you're a righteous person, even on the righteous end, God give you some things that you got to do to get His blessings.
That's true. Test and trial. But the difference is when you go through test and trial, in order to get closer to God, the Bible says it comes to make you mature and complete, so that you lack nothing.
God
it's meant to build you.
Yeah,
these other things are meant to break you.
For sure, that's the opposite.
That's the
but
opposite.
A couple strings on this side too.
But that's in every industry. Like that's in boxing, right? What do you think? Like because the fight coming up, right? The fight tonight, and we're going to give you our predictions, right? So let's get that out the way. Lamont Roach is fighting what's a little Pitbull Cruz. I got Lamont.
Yeah, I got him too.
I got Lamont. What y'all thinking?
I don't really watch boxing.
You don't watch boxing?
I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm gonna go with Lamont. You know,
hometown boy. It's smart. That's
I'm
how
from Baltimore, but you know, closer to home.
Yeah, closer to home. I respect that.
Say the same thing, Lamont.
Lamont. Okay, so full for Lamont. I think the situation surrounding him is crazy. I think the doors that'll be open if he wins tonight he might be the face.
I mean, no, he got to knock him out.
He got to knock him out for sure. I think it's entirely possible though. Like, I think it's first of all, I like Lamont. I've watched Lamont. I think he a little corny, but that ain't got nothing to do with his skill set. I never said nothing about his skill set. Like, you know, you don't gotta be a cool nigga to be the best at what you do, right? Drake did it for years. So I mean, none of that matters. Point being, I like Lamont as a fighter. I think he's extremely talented. And I think he is very capable of knocking Pitbull Cruz out. Pitbull Cruz is relentless. Like that's what he does. And that's the style of Mexican fighters. But
they got hard.
He's not the most polished, and the most unpolished tend to be the one that leave the most holes in as far as like attacking on defense. So I think Lamont could do it. I think he got more than enough power. And at this weight, have you seen this nigga? He's a big 140.
He's been in the gym with some heavyweights.
Listen, like Lamont, I've been watching like some of them workout videos from the Reaper Roach channel, and like Lamont is a huge 140. Yeah. I mean, like at the very top. And I mean, he weighed in at like 139.6 or something like that. Anyway, like he at the top of the top. So I mean, the night of the fight, he coming in there about 143, 144, and he a big 140. So I think he got more than enough power to be able to knock him out. And what he showed us in that Tank fight is like, nah, skill for skill. He's in a very special class.
Yeah.
So I think I think he could knock him out completely. And I think if he does, it opens every door. With Tank out of the way.
I mean, yeah.
Because like Devin Haney's back in the conversation. He put on a good fight against a mediocre fighter. Let's tell the truth. I like Brian Norman, and I wanted to see Brian Norman get it, but I mean he wasn't ready. Yeah, he was Frank Martin with Tank. Like he just wasn't ready, and that's life. But Haney looked great. We haven't quite got the taste of the Ryan fight out though.
You say what?
I said Haney looked good. He can redeem himself.
Nah, like Haney looked great in that Brian Norman fight, but Brian Norman's not that good. It's different when you fight somebody who's not that good. You know what I'm saying?
Him and Ryan got to fight again.
Yeah, him and Ryan got to fight again in my mind. But if he loses to Ryan in any way, shape, or form, is his career over?
Nah.
No, you don't think so? He loses. Let's say he loses to Ryan again. Let's say it's a bad loss. What does that mean for Devin Haney?
You got one more try. I feel like all elite boxers got 3 chances.
Okay.
For real.
That makes sense.
Yeah, man,
that makes sense. It's gonna be a tough third,
you
though.
Get your first loss, tough. You get your second loss. All right, you got one more. Right. You got one more because you already lost your second time. Now this is the last time.
I do think he's right. I think the third try is like kind of the redemption arc. But if you miss on that one, you get pushed into like obscurity in boxing.
Then you get pushed back.
Yeah.
You become a tune-up fighter.
Exactly.
Always,
a professional tune-up fighter.
The first loss is always, all right, cool. You lost your first. Now you know how it feels to lose. Now you got to redeem yourself.
Yeah.
Now you know what to do. You already studied the guy and everything. So if you lose again, there ain't no excuse.
For sure. I think like he fought well enough in the Brian Norman fight for that to make total sense. I agree with you. That make perfect sense. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know now. Like I honestly, he looked like a totally different fighter in that Brian Norman Jr. fight, honestly. And to me, a lot of his argument as far as like, I'm spending so much in my camp not working on skills because I'm trying to lose weight because it's hard for me to get down to that. Mm-hmm. So like watching him at what do you have, 140 or 147?
140?
I think I want to say 140. But like watching him at that weight, I was like, nah, like Devin looked like a lot of muscle.
He looked focused.
He looked focused. And I mean, like, it seemed like there are some areas in which everybody could always use work, right? But if his best punch is the jab, when I say it was an elite jab that night, like he looked good. I ain't gonna lie. We know I ain't no Devin Haney fan. You know I ain't no fan of Devin Pillow Hands Haney. Mm-hmm. But he looked good that night. So I think like if Lamont wins this fight tonight, everything is on the table. Yeah. And I think he could easily take out a Devin Haney. Shakur, I don't know. But I think he could pretty easily take out Devin Haney, to be honest. Because in your mind, at the top of Tank's game, does he beat Devin Haney?
At the top of...
Tank at the top of his game, right? He in the best shape of his life.
No.
He beats Haney, right?
Tank, yeah.
Exactly. And you saw what Lamont did to him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Haney and Lamont, I think Lamont gets it. So I think like where path is going for him, he beating a lot of these niggas.
I mean, yeah, this will be the test. Like, people is the test to see if you can, because I mean,
it was one of Tank's only tests.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. After that, then it was like, all right, you the guy.
Yeah.
This is it for him. Because, see, there's one thing for familiar fighters, Roach and Tank to fight each other. They really familiar with each other.
Right.
Like, I was only, like I said, I was only impressed because I haven't really seen Roach. But I'll be more impressed to see him versus a pit bull. A brawler. Let me see how you move for someone else. Because Tank wasn't even punching against this man for real.
Nah, that was like one of the lowest CompuBox numbers for that.
It was almost boring if you was familiar with Roach already. The fight was boring.
Yeah, they used to spar back when he was young.
That's fine.
So they're low key best friends.
It was just entertaining because people ain't never seen it. Like,
I don't think they are anymore.
Really
perhaps going into the fight they were closer. They're not anymore. If they were buddies, that's over. But facts. They definitely seem to have respect for each other going into the fight.
Got to fight Bud. That's the thing right there.
Get the hell out of here with that. Tank fight Bud. Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
No.
There's no situation in which that ever happens. And if it did happen, it's a total mismatch.
Tank would have to put his weight up though.
He too short to fight Bud.
He was just about to fight Jay.
Bud is a counter puncher by law.
He would lose.
Tank is a counter puncher. Bud is the much more efficient counter puncher who can adapt to everybody's style. Bud is like the one fighter who can be everything. He's the one antidote to Tank. That's a crazy fight for Tank to take. I would never take that fight if I was Tank. Get my ass whooped. Fuck no.
Tank would never say that. He would never take that fight.
Yeah, exactly. He's never going to take the fight. That's his answer to it, though. Yeah. But at the same time, I think Tank could beat Shakur still, and he won't fight him either. So who knows?
Nope. Not happening.
Here you go with this. Who you got against? Oh,
Roaches showed you what if he showed you what Shakur could do. Shakur so Roach defense you saw. Imagine that on steroids.
So you think Shakur beating Roach?
Shakur.
You talking knockout or you just talking about
points?
Points. You don't think he's knocking him out?
No, good defensive boxer.
Okay.
One, I was going to say hand is like his hand is weakening because he broke his joint. His joint he's just getting points off you. He's late stages Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Defensive fight. He's a defensive master. And I'm gonna just score.
You can't get mad at that.
But you're not gonna knock me out. You ain't gonna touch me.
And that's why
he already having some problems with his hands too, though.
Who?
Shakur.
That's what I said. He's late.
Yeah.
He's late Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just tag you up throughout the whole fight. Win on the scorecard. Boom.
That's why I hate it.
I mean,
I want to see a brawl. I'm sorry. That's why I'm excited to see this fight tonight. Because I want to see a brawl. I know boxing, but I would define myself as a casual fan. So I want to see some niggas get knocked out. I'm not here for the 12 rounds of bullshit. Stop fucking playing with me. I want a nigga to get knocked out in the first round. I don't even care if I paid the $89. That's how I'm living. Knock this nigga out. I don't want this going in no 6, 7, 8, 9. You knock a nigga. Well, if you knock a nigga out in the 11th round, now you pissing me off because you playing games. Knock a nigga out. That's why I'm here. Yes. That's what I want to see. This 12 points of...
Man, that's science.
It's your man Shakur.
That art is so beautiful.
Beautiful science, my ass. The nigga born. I don't care what you say. Shakur, you born the shit. You be watching this shit. You born. You born. You born. I don't care what nobody say about that young nigga. He born. I don't never want to see this nigga. I'd rather watch paint dry.
But it's more so on the other fighter. That's what makes it born.
The other fighter is the problem?
Mm-hmm. Just because y'all been saying this about Mayweather from when he was in the game. He's born. But it wasn't born until you came across the Shane Mosley.
Mayweather hit harder than Shakur. So I don't think he was born.
Would talk shit
That's not
on
true.
the ring.
No,
Mayweather hit harder than him.
He commentated on the ring while he was dodging people.
Yes, exactly.
The judges were like, look, he's
exactly
what Floyd was doing.
And Mayweather hit harder.
Right. He's like... He's having fun with it.
Shakur soft. He got them soft hands.
Running around like
he got them soft hands. Mayweather could hit a nigga hard enough to back him up. He might not have been able to knock him out anymore because of the problems with the hands, but he hit hard enough to back a nigga up. I don't even see Shakur backing niggas up.
The fighters that Mayweather was fighting as well. Y'all forget about that while you enjoy watching Mayweather not get touched, because it was fighters that was actually worth something that was coming at him, not scared, that really wanted to knock his head off and talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you got all of them talking shit, hate Mayweather. They was coming in for blood, but they couldn't touch this man. But you was more enjoyed watching this. Shane Mosley was like one of my favorite ones because that was a fight. But he was coming at someone he couldn't touch later in that fight. And so now I'm tuned in.
Yeah.
But if the competition was, I seen competition that was subpar against Floyd, it was born because you ain't coming at him aggressively. You ain't touching him as it is.
Okay, I feel.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a difference between dancing on stage and running around the stage, bro. What's his name was be running around the stage?
Shakur?
Yeah.
He do sometimes. I would say the pay to fight. I think like I'm a person who I'm open to like you showing me who you are your next fight. So I would say the pay to fight showed me a lot about Shakur as far as like now he could bang. But as far as like punching power, I'm still not really convinced. We'll have to see.
Yeah, he ain't got the punch.
Yeah, and that's my whole thing. Like the sweet science of hit and not get hit, I understand all of that. But when you compare Shakur to Mayweather, it bothers me a bit because Mayweather could hit.
Because you remember Pretty Boy.
Okay.
Pretty Boy.
Is that why?
Yeah, okay. Sure. You remember that.
Okay, maybe that's why. I remember when Floyd could hit you hard enough to sting a nigga and back him up. Shakur don't even got enough to sting you and back you up. It's so you have to practice this art because you're too soft for the other part.
His first couple fights coming in the joint, he was like that. But it was his first few. And after that, I gotta tell you, his man hand broke early.
This is left. Because it was dominant.
I think it's dominant, John. You know what I'm saying? Like his hands broke. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I really would just like to see Shakur get knocked out so we could stop having this conversation.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, and like you said, you brought up Muhammad Ali. It was the same type of conversation.
I just seen him beat up George. What's his name? Yesterday, I was watching the highlights. I was like, this man was really knocking his ass out, and he was not running around. He was really
but Muhammad Ali's defense, especially early in his career, like. Unmatched, but he was like
he used to dance until he got with Bruce Lee. Yeah, you don't know that, and then his foot speed since now he.
Exactly. Same with Mike Tyson early in his career. Mad, like phenomenal defense in the beginning. Like it wasn't just that he was a knockout fighter; he was a defensive fighter too.
Because depending on who you fight, you know. Because I've seen Muhammad Ali run depending on the fighter he's going up against.
For sure.
Then others. Okay, I could just move my head. You ain't, you know.
Yeah, you ain't got it. Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's what makes with Pitbull and Roach good, because Pitbull is he's brawler.
He coming all night.
Now, let me see your defensive skills.
Nah, facts.
This is why after I saw Tank fight him, and, you know, I grew up in Baltimore, so I'm a Tank guy too, but after I seen him, I'm like, he take too many hits. You know,
take a lot of hits.
Take a lot of hits. So now I saw that I wasn't too impressed with the defense. Like, oh, he's a defensive master. No, he just ain't get dropped, and then his junk punch way harder than you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then after that, that's when I'm like, certain fighters I don't think Tank can really. I've seen enough to show me he gets hit too much.
Styles do make fights, and that's what the Roach fight showed us. But I do agree with you. Like, I think Lamont wins this fight. Yeah. I do think it's gonna be revelatory though, for sure, because like I said, Pitbull is relentless. Like, he don't stop, he never gets tired. Like, he is center of the ring, coming forward all night long, which is why Tank has such a problem. So, like, because other than Pitbull, who in my mind it could have gone either way, there weren't a whole lot of challenges until Roach. So I mean, you know, and I mean, it's easy to say that because sometimes a nigga beat a nigga so bad that it's like you forget, you know what I'm saying? You could forget. So I say that with a grain of salt, but either way, like, I think this is the fight for Roach to prove that he's as good as he says he is.
Yeah, facts. I agree.
Because you're going against, and it was a perfect fight. Like, he chose, if he wasn't going to fight Devin or Shakur, there was no better fight selection than this, than to fight the guy. If you're not going to get your rematch, to fight the only other guy who gave that guy problems. And if I can beat the shit out of him and then tie with the guy that y'all say is the guy, then you got to make me the face.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the plan is perfect unless he loses. And then
I hope he don't lose.
I hope he don't.
I don't think he will.
I don't want that for him.
I don't think he would.
I don't think it's gonna happen like that. Honestly, like, I'm not worried about it. Honestly, I'm not worried about it at all.
If he lose, then Tank will be like, damn, I'm really not about to fight you
No,
now.
I think if
and then
Lamont,
we need someone in the market too.
Yeah,
like, it's just here I go talking about the how we started earlier. A little bit of scripts in it. I need someone in the market. If Pitbull win, the boxing still is a drought. You got the Saudis buying up the fight. We need somebody we can push.
Need a face.
There you go.
And honestly, that's the craziest thing is, like, you talk all this trash about Tank, but without him, like, ain't nobody really buying y'all fights. You niggas ain't selling out nothing. So, like, we need a face. They need somebody to put in that position. I think with the right PR person, he's perfect. I think you need a PR nigga, though. We gotta get them fists together. I'm telling you, like, just hire me, Lamont. Like, real talk, man. You gotta get them fists together, brother. Like, it's crazy. Man, I seen like 2 good fits, bro. But and one of them was your birthday. That don't count. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's your birthday. You're supposed to go crazy. Like, you don't get no credit for that. I'm sorry. Everybody's flying their birthday. But I mean, either way, like, I think with the right PR person, he's perfect. Especially if he beat the shit out of Pitbull tonight. I don't know if he's gonna beat the shit out of Pitbull though. I think he definitely wins. I'm absolutely saying Lamont is gonna win tonight. But I would like to see Pitbull get the shit bit out of him. He got a little arrogance with him too that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? He know who he is too. You got beat that out of him. That's what I would like to see. Go beat that out of Pitbull. Humble this Pitbull right now.
Yep, that's what's gonna make you.
I got Pitbull at home. You smack his ass in the head, he just like everybody else. So I would like to see Pitbull get humbled tonight, because he an arrogant one too. But there's a reason for that. So we're gonna see how it go. And I think the winner of this fight, now we gotta start talking about, because T.O. is fighting Shakur in like January, right? So like, it's crazy that all of these are happening back to back. I think there's a strategy taking place. I didn't even realize. But all of these fights are happening back to back because Devin just fought. Now it's Lamont fighting, and then you got the Shakur fight against which come in January. I think Ryan signed up to fight somebody too.
I can't remember who.
I can't remember who it is, but Ryan signed up to fight somebody. So all of the fights are happening back to back to back to back. They're giving you the script for the fact that they're choosing the new face, which would mean that Tank is out of there for now.
Yeah, I mean, he get locked up.
That's crazy.
And then, but the fact that you made it difficult to, when I say the Saudis signing up everybody, you made it difficult for us to sign this deal, Tank. We don't like that. That's all I'm gonna say. I digress.
But honestly, with Tank out of the way, it makes any kind of like deal a straight line, because like he was the opposition to a lot of the Saudi issues, and he doesn't need you. I'm selling right here. I'm selling out. Like he sold more tickets in Barclays than the Nets.
Until you need us.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you get him out of the way, it's a bullet train to like every boxing owner being a billionaire. Mm-hmm. So I see what you said, nigga. You listen. I see what you did here. Man, listen, you done bought this conspiracy shit full circle in this joke today. Okay.
I just try to pepper in the streets a little bit.
I see what you did. You know. All right, let's move into your segment because that was perfect.
All right. Segment is called Flip the Script. All right, so I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, and you give me, which option you will choose, and then a little bit of why your mindset. Okay. All right, for both of y'all. Would you rather be known in the DMV as the person who captured the culture accurately but never went viral, or be the person who went global off content that doesn't really represent DMV life?
Definitely accurate and not go viral. Because you gotta start somewhere, you feel me? Like all my videos specifically that I put on YouTube, some get 200 views, some get 300, but some get 20K, one gets 70K. But it's all like accurate in what actually happened in the community than something that's fake, like you said.
I'll do the same thing too.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Again, this is both of y'all. Would you rather have a big team that waters down your vision or operate alone and risk burnout, having missed opportunities, and a slower growth?
Wait, say that one more time, Chaz. I missed that one.
I ain't gonna lie.
Would you rather have a big team that waters down your vision a little bit or operate alone and risk burnout, missed opportunities, and slower growth?
Oh, okay. Y'all got it this time? Y'all missed it the second time too, huh?
Team.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I mean, everything be watered down these days, bro. But as long as I know that we ain't about to burn out, we ain't about to be stuck. We always gonna be, on point. We would have cool shit. We'll find a way to, to make it better than the last one. Whatever we're trying to put out. But I feel like everything. If you have a big team, everything's gonna be watermarked. Because the people that don't have it, they're gonna be expecting so much, and then when you're doing so much, they're just like, okay, what is it that he can't do? Oh, he did this. Oh, well. So it's you can't always you can always do so much. So yeah, I would rather have the team.
I respect that, and it's logical.
But even if I did it by myself, which is fine, because like they say, move correctly. I'm moving at my own pace. I would be missing a lot of opportunities, which will also down the line, it'll feel better to earn what I got from that longevity of being like
100% yourself.
Yeah. But like I'm 33. I don't got that time right now.
Right.
Facts.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Heard and felt.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna definitely go with a team. But as long as like everybody on the team, like are messing with the vision, like they see the vision, you feel me? Like as long it might get watered down because is more people, but as long as everybody see the vision, like he was talking about longevity, then I feel like we're gonna be good no matter what.
Right. Okay, yes, sir. All right, last one. All right. Like me and said, we got an event coming up soon, centered around, mental health and whatnot. So if mental health was on the line, right, would you rather use your platform to push artists or even, your audience towards, physical mental wellness, even if it turns off people who just want the entertainment from you, or keep your content with high energy and hyped up, but don't influence the growth beyond the music?
Damn.
I feel like mental health is important regardless. You feel me? So if I'm posting a video about mental health and I'm getting less views, then it is what it is, really. But you can't just go against something like that because it's important. Like everybody goes through stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do whatever is right at that time because there's a whole bunch of stuff going on right now. Me sitting here with y'all right now, even though I have good positive energy and everything, I'm depressed as fuck. Like I go through a lot of anxiety. I go through a lot of mental shit. Like there's a lot of things talking in my head right now. But as soon as I leave here, I'm probably gonna post something that got nothing to do with mental health, but it's for my own mental sake. It's like as long as I'm posting something, somebody out there is still watching. Oh, he's still actively posting something. So for their sake, they're probably like, okay, he probably good, because there's people that don't post nothing for a whole 24 hours, and then you get a DM talking about, hey, you good, bro? Just because you ain't sending them a reel, and you're that person that be sending reels all day.
Trust me, that's me.
So you wouldn't even know I'm going through a mental problem, and I know a lot of people that post, mental awareness shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? And it's no different from them. It's just content. At the end of the day, it's on social media. People are always hiding themselves. You know what I'm saying? Or there's people that see me on social media. I post myself working out all day on my story, and someone be like, "Damn, I don't know how you do it. Like you're so dedicated. You're so determined. Like you're this and that. You make it look easy." I'm like, bro, I'm hella depressed, dog. I go to the gym every day because it's therapeutic for me, and I'm posting this shit. You may think like I'm this macho guy, and I get all the bitches and all. Nigga, I'm hurting.
Yeah, man, for real.
Yeah, I feel like.
Man.
I may post something, I get 5,000 views of me doing these hardcore crunches, when really in my head I'm just like, I'm crying out for help, and y'all looking at this like, damn, this guy is really super strong. Yeah, I'm super strong, but I'm this is the only thing that's keeping me sane. That's why I haven't been posting music for a while, because it's like, aside from me procrastinating, it's just like I got so much other shit I gotta. I just went to court yesterday for custody. Nobody ain't know that. But it's funny, when my man hit me up, I asked my man for a ride because my car was fucking up. Come to find out, I ain't had no coolant. I had a coolant leak. My car was, so they have this new safety thing. It will shut down your car for it, so it doesn't run.
Right. That makes sense.
Not. So I asked my man, hey, can you give me a ride to go to the courthouse? I got a court at 1 o'clock. Let me know if you're free. He like, man, hey, I hit you up the other day. See if you can. I said I was stuck on the road, and I asked if you can pick me up, and you said you was at the gym. So he's like, go hit up your gym friend to go pick you, to ask for a ride. I said, hey, I look back at my history. I'm like, bro, you asked me if I can help you out, and I said I wasn't driving. I said I was on Ritchie Highway at the gym, and I asked you what time you needed the help. You said from 8 to 8:30, and I told you, I said I won't be able to help you because I'm gonna be at the gym. I never said I ain't want to help you.
Right.
So I screenshotted that shit, and I was just like, bro, that really fucked me up all day, because I'm just like, I really asked a friend for help, and he said, go hit up your gym friend.
That's crazy. That's a grown man.
And I'm over here going through shit, and I gotta rush to go to. I gotta figure out who can help me to go, get a ride to go to court. Come to find out, I got a ride to Office Depot, not Office Depot, AutoZone. Got the coolant put in my car, and I took my ass to court myself.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then that same dude hit me up.
I'm sorry, cuz, did you learn something from that situation?
Not everybody's your brother.
But did you learn something from yourself?
All I got is me.
There you go. You solved the problem right then and there. You figured out, you found a solution, you got to your destination.
Like I'm on my phone, just like I'm literally at the gym. I didn't drive.
Right.
But the fact that is that how you really feel? And I'm already going through shit. But that's not your business. But damn, that's how you really feel. All right, cool. I'm just gonna go on by my shit. I
feel it.
And then them same people that talk like that be watching my story all motherfucking day.
Nah, that's honestly, I think without giving away too much, the You Weren't There podcast is gonna do a live show in January. We'll be announcing the details of that this week. It'll be open bar, DJ, but really just like an open conversation about exactly what we're hearing here. I think that there is a misconception about what mental health means to Black men. And I think we need a more open conversation from men to men about how to handle some of these things that we're seeing and experiencing. A reminder that you're not by yourself. But also a reminder of like the strength that it takes to go through things, because there's going to be times when you really are all alone.
Yeah.
But also I think the purpose of what I'd like to do with this conversation is so that women get an understanding of like what men go through from other men. I think as a woman, you date men, and so your interpretation of them is based solely on that, right? But you forget that men are fathers and brothers and sons and employees and leaders and people who are multifaceted and exist outside of the connotation of your bedroom. And I think as a result of remembering that men have other parts to them, you remind yourself that men have a lot of struggles that they're dealing with that you might not always consider as their girl or as their wife or as their sister, right? You see a nigga one way and you think like that's who he is, and you forget that there are a million things happening in his life that are changing him constantly in tiny and imperceptible ways that you don't pick up on until you feel like he getting an attitude.
Or they feel if you ain't talking about it, then there ain't nothing going on.
Yeah.
Or
And that's the other thing too, is like I want to open the floor for a conversation for men to maybe get some questions from women about how to expand on the communication too. Like I think a big part of the issue is that we don't always know how to communicate with each other. I say something, you interpret it a certain way based on your experiences. You say something, I interpret it a certain way based on my experiences, and what we've created is a very, very large layer of miscommunication, and we'll never fix it. And so I want to like start the conversation and maybe be able to begin a series of those conversations so that we can communicate better. Because like you shouldn't feel like you out here by yourself, even on days where you got to handle things yourself. Or you should feel like you have somebody to turn to in moments like that. You shouldn't only have the, I know so many men who use the gym as therapy, and I think that that's beautiful to have an outlet, but it shouldn't be your only outlet.
Yeah, I go to the gym every day to the point that my girl be thinking that there's somebody there. I'll be like, ain't nobody there, bro, that I'm fucking with. Like, I'm really there fighting
for your mental health.
And
that's what I'm saying as far as the miscommunication.
I'll be like, if you really think I'm hiding something, why don't you come with me? Or why don't you pull up? Like, I ain't got nothing to hide, pull up. But it's just like, damn, you going out every night. I guarantee you, once we leave here, that's probably what I'm gonna do.
And that's part of what we want to open the door for in January.
Damn,
that's fine.
That's what we want to open the door for.
Run on the treadmill. I'll go right back.
Yeah, that's why we want to.
Like, damn, you just left.
That's why we need these conversations.
Like, that's the new club for me. Like, I'd be like, the gym is the new club. I don't be outside. I be at the gym.
Yeah, facts. And I think there are a lot of men like that. I think a lot of men turn to the gym for their mental health, for a sense of community, for a sense of belonging, and also to kind of like stay sane, right? You work off your aggression in the gym so you don't go out here and do nothing stupid in the street. But I think that like, as much as I think that that's like a beautiful way to kind of be able to like relate to yourself and make yourself feel better and kind of deal with your struggles, there need to be other ways. So that's what the point of that conversation will be. We want all of y'all to come out and support in January. We've been fortunate enough to have 2 sponsors participate. So shout out to Free State Distillery and to Dry Cleaning, so that they can be active participants, not only in the community, but in a conversation that I think needs to happen. And I think this is exactly where it starts.
You said January 1 date?
Don't worry about that. It's coming this week.
To be announced.
But we're gonna make sure we put out, everything this week. But we are having a live show and panel conversation in January of 2026. Again, shout out to Free State Distillery and to Dry for sponsoring that event. And I think this is why we need it. Because I that concerns me that like men feel that alone in the world, that like, because it's one thing to use the gym to manage stress, it's another thing to use it to manage your mental health. Those are very different things. And I think like men often misconstrue these things. Like words matter, verbiage matters. Using the gym to make you feel better on a stressful day is a very different thing from I am falling apart and this is the only thing keeping it from spilling out.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a scary thing. And these are the things that we need to talk about. And also, like, the power behind words. Men are not always the greatest communicators. And so in those moments, women tend to over communicate as a result of like feeling like, well, I don't really know what he's thinking. And so you're trying to fill in the gaps. Like, I don't think that works either as an over communicator. So I think that we all could use some tips in terms of like how to be better communicators for one another and how to show up for one another. So make sure you bring your girl to the event. I got some things to say, but because I think, especially in a moment where a man feels like this is all I got, you do need to be going with him to that gym. But I think these are the conversations we need to be having. So I hope I see you guys in January. I hope that y'all come out and show love and support. It's going to be a free event, but we got an open bar and a DJ for you, so that you have an opportunity to kind of network with the people that you see on a panel. But these are the conversations that we are encouraging at You Weren't There in 2026, man, is reminding you that you're not by yourself, but that if you do feel completely alone and you're using things as a means to kind of heal and make you whole, that you have an understanding of like maybe some of the inner work that you got to be doing outside of the outlets. And so that being said, man, we're going to get up out of here today. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We're going to let our guests get their last little thing off, and then we're going to get up out of here. Kai?
We out here, y'all. 95 Kai. Check me out on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Capture culture for the culture. We out. I appreciate you for having me.
Of course.
Hitting me up. You know, this is my first time being on the podcast. This is fire. I like what y'all got going on.
We appreciate you. Dino?
Sir, and you already know, man. Dino Pacino, Wild Lover Radio himself, Wild Lover Radio. You know, you can catch me on all platforms. I'm gonna drop some music soon, but for now, you know, I'm just working on fitness training. If you're trying to get fit, you know what I'm saying, don't wait till January, don't wait till New Year's. Do that shit now. Power washing, you know what I'm saying, now that the season is changing, you know what I'm saying, doing leaf removal, leaf blowing, any type of furniture, hit up my business page. And yeah, shout out to you guys, man. Look forward to coming here again.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all being vulnerable. That's what's up, man. Real is needed. But yeah, You Weren't There podcast. Like, share, subscribe. I am Chaz DL. Follow me, get at me, reach out to me. The bird by the door is out, and always remember, man, God first. Yeah.
Amen. And I'm, of course, your host, at Mia Was Here. Make sure you follow the at You Weren't There podcast everywhere, IG, TikTok, whatever you like. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Again, we got a live show coming in January. All the information for that will be out this week, so make sure y'all tune in. And you know, just know that you're not by yourself out here, man. And ladies, go to the gym with your man. I need to do it too. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all need to do it collectively. Take your ass to the gym with your man. Put them bonbons down and get in the gym with your man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all, man. We'll see you next week.
Peace.